Hi and welcome to TOTECS. In 18.2 TOTECS e-commerce platform release, we've added a new capability across all content managed websites hosted on the platform, where within product detail areas, as well as within the different types of product listing areas, we now have the ability to display the price level price of a product based on the price level that the user's active customer account is currently assigned to. This price level pricing will only display if the customer account's assigned price level price is more expensive than the final price that they get to see, calculated for the user. And if the user's assigned facility permission role has the new permission named View Product Price Level Price set to allow. Besides showing the price level price of the user's active customer account, we can also show the discount percentage off between the final price and the price level price. This allows users to be aware when the product's price has been discounted from a standard price level and by how much. This price level pricing data could be labeled as was now pricing, or it could also be labeled as discounted from or reduced from, among other discounting terms. This allows users to be aware when they are receiving a discounted price off their active account's price level price, creating extra perceived value for the user that could lead to increased sales. This also allows administrators to leverage the existing price level data already available within the TOTECS project. Now, to see how this works, I'm on an example content managed website here hosted on the TOTECS e-commerce platform. If I navigate to a web page that contains a product detail area, within the product detail area, we can see that the final price of this product is $11. Now, the particular user I'm logged in as in this website is assigned to a customer account here of 001002, and that is assigned to a product price level called Retail Country. Now, if we look at this particular product in the product editor, there are 16 different price levels that all have different prices for the one product. So our particular user is assigned to a customer account that uses the Retail Country price level, and that has a price of $15.20 including tax. And once you add the tax on, that turns out to be $16.72. Now, because this particular customer account is assigned to a contract, and that Aspire product is on the contract, it says that the product price for that account is only $10, excluding tax. Including tax, that adds up to $11. And so we can see the final price for this particular customer account and the user is $11, but that's cheaper than the price level price that would be normally assigned to the customer account. So because of this, we can now display the price level price of that account, allowing the user to be aware how much cheaper they're getting the product for. Besides just displaying the price level price, we can also display the amount that the price is being discounted by, so they can see the amount that they're saving, and we can also display a percentage that shows you how much they're getting the discount off the price level price. So this enables the user to feel like they're getting a big win because the normal price that they would receive has now been reduced dramatically by over 34%. And this functionality can be placed in not just product detail areas, which is displaying all the details of this particular product. We can also show this information within category listing areas, as well as product search results listing areas, user details, favorites and orders areas, contract areas, related products, model product areas, and any other areas that use the product search record format. So just about anywhere in the website where there's a product listing, we can show this extra information if available. Now, there is a facility role permission where we control whether or not we decide that the user can see the price level price and this discount information or not. So we can turn it on for a group of users and leave it off for another different group of users, depending on if we want to show this extra information. And the beautiful thing about this functionality is that it can leverage all the existing price level pricing and contract pricing that we may have already been set up within a project hosted on the platform. With a little bit of website implementation, that could lead to increased sales without having to do any more data work. To see how we can set this up, within the administration center, first we need to click on the website's menu item and then click on the content managed websites menu button. Within the web area format libraries, if we expand that and go into the product area types and then go into product detail, within the product detail format, we click on any existing product detail format or create a new format. There is a number of new format hooks that have been added. Everything that starts with product price level price allows us to show the price level price. The typical way you want to implement this is you want a HTML element where you want to put the price level price display ID format hook within the ID attribute, and then we want to put the price level price display class within the class attribute. So we use this class in order to control whether or not this information should hide or show, depending on if their price level price is allowed to be shown because it's cheaper than the final price. So we need to set up CSS classes for this price level price show and hide. And we're using this ID because if there is product combinations in the area, that may then change the final price that is displayed for the user. So these two format hooks allow us to hide or show the price level price, and then within that we can then decide to display the price level price using all the available hooks. We can decide to display in a formatted value, such as if we had a thousands, then it would put the commas within the thousands, and it would also choose based on if the user is looking at pricing including tax or excluding tax, or you can be very explicit if you want to show always pricing in tax or X tax using the available hooks that are here. Within this price, we also need to put that into a HTML element that contains the price level price element ID, since the price needs to adjust depending on if child combination products get reloaded in the area. So that's why we place this hook in the element. Additionally, we've got the format hooks to display the discount amount. That's the price level price discount, and that's available to all these format hooks that are here. And we need the element ID that it corresponds with that. And if we wanted to display the percentage off, then we've got the price level price discount rate, and that has its corresponding discount rate element ID that also needs to be put in an element there to allow it to dynamically update. And it's a very similar story for all the different types of product listing areas. If we go into the product category tree node and go into category listing, then go into a product search record, we will see the exact same format hooks are available in this format. So you can simply copy and paste this across in order to get the same information to display within these product search records. And you've also got options here. So if you want to always show the underlying currency of the project, then we've got those hooks available there as well, which is typically only relevant if you're dealing with international trade. So that's the setup of the formats. Once we've done that, we then need to go into the relevant areas and make sure that those formats are assigned to those areas if they're not already. For example, for our product detail area, that's on a web page that's called products, but it could be called anything. Then we need to make sure that that format is assigned to our product detail area. And it's a similar story for the category listing, the product search results listings, and all the other different types of product listing areas. The final part is that we need to enable this feature for our users. If we click on the users navigation menu button and go into user permissions, if we look at the facility roles, then we need to choose which facility roles do we want to turn on this capability. We may have our web retail, which is our default role that for any guest users. We'd then need to turn on the product price level price if we wanted for any users assigned to this facility role to be able to then get access to the price level prices. And it would be the similar story if we didn't want that functionality to be allowed. So for example, we may have this restricted facility role where we would maybe want to leave that turned off, then the user would never be able to see that information of the price level price. So with that website implementation work, we can now show price level prices to our users based on the price level assigned to their active customer account if and only if the price level price is more expensive than the final price that they get to see, as well as if they got the facility role permission turned on to allow them to see the price level price. And if they're allowed to see this information, it may help sell them on purchasing these products and could lead to increased sales because of it. If you wish to find out more about this piece of functionality and all the other great pieces of functionality in the 18.2 TOTECS e-commerce platform release, if you go to the totecs.au website, click on the resources menu item and go down to the forums menu item, then click on the releases forum, then click on the TOTECS platform release 18.2. Within these release notes, you can find out more about this feature and all the other great features we've developed across the 18.2 release. If you have any more questions or comments, feel free to comment on the forum posts or contact our service team to implement this functionality within your own TOTECS hosted websites. Until next time, have a good one.